guys. So if you're able to watch our half guard distance control series we did recently, then we're going to look at one of my favorite sweeps, and a really good sweep for beginners, especially who are starting to play that knee shield, that distance control. And this involves us using the knee shield, getting under our partner and sweeping our partner or opponent and getting on top for the points. Okay, so we're going to set this up from the knee shield position we looked at before, making sure that we have our distance. The one that I personally prefer to play is to bring this knee up and have a bit of freedom with this leg. Later on down the line, when we look at more advanced techniques, we're going to start using this foot to do other things, tacking legs, butterfly and such. But for now, I want to make sure that this foot's up, stepping on the hip. My right foot, you just bring your knee up, sorry, yeah. My right foot, if you can see here, is over the top of my partner's shin. So this, and then I'm almost like trying to turn, you can't see very well, but I'm trying to turn my toes down towards the mat. So it creates like a little vice around the calf, okay? Again, I want to have this position here. You may want to take the gi, because again, we're always want to be threatening with loop chokes, and you either want to control the wrist or shoulder area. What I just don't want is this shoulder coming into my jaw, especially when I'm set this up in a specific way. I want to keep this distance and I want to look to control. So a lot of times, if my partner is kind of trying to look to control this leg, especially here, they feel like they can smash it down and start to crush and, you know, continue with their attacks. He wants to, it's here, or he thinks, if I can kick this through and I can get down low and get the underhook, he's in a position for the tripod pass. So either way, we're going to be in this situation. Let's move around a little bit more there. So I want to set this up. My goal is to kick my leg through and get underneath my partner's hips. So the first thing I like to do in the gi especially is to take a nice grip around the gi here. If he wants to put the weight in, I can use my knuckles here to drive and keep that shoulder away. This hand here always wants to protect. This is a great option for him, is to actually grab my leg and control it. So again, bringing my knee up and controlling the wrist. Stops, you know, him persisting with pushing that knee through, whatever. But it also like stops as well this hand coming in. So I want to kind of encourage him. See how my hips are moving? I want to kind of encourage my partner to think he can come into me and start to crush me down. So when I've got this position, I want to use, in one motion, as I pull my partner onto me, I want to use my left foot here, and I almost like want to do an overhead, like a football overhead soccer kick. And I'm going to try and touch my toe over to here. Obviously, using my partner's shoulder as the football. So I'm going to kick up, I'm going to pull over, and I'm going to volley my partner over as such. Okay? If I get it right, then they're almost like being thrown off. Okay? And this is a great opportunity for me to kick through into this position and attack. What a lot of times happens is we're here and we're going to use this position to kick over and we're going to shoot our hips under. So as I kick, I want to look for this space here. So you can see this, guys, this space in this is here. This is where my hand wants to go. But I need to create that by kicking the leg up. So when I kick the leg up, see, almost if I do nothing, the arm actually falls off. So I want to kick, come under. At the same time, my arm is going to follow through. So I encourage, I kick, and I go under. Okay? So, let's bring the weight up, please. So from here, I want to make sure that I can get as deep as I can onto my partner's hips. If I go under, and I stay here, he's just going to take maybe his opposite hand, or he can circle that other hand over the top, please, and push my jaw away, and push me back down. So, I want to make sure that when I'm ready for this, I kick, the elbow now circles inside, I kick, and I shoot down. Notice how I kind of kept that out the way. My hand here is going to reach round as far as it can. Now what I want to do, I'll change this angle here. is I like to shoot my hand under here. And I want to try to dive in between his legs. So when I do this, you're not going to hear me as well, but you can see what happens. I shoot my arm through, and I hook the hip tight, and this time I want to fall back and pull my partner onto me. I can lock my hands here, pull it in tight. You're thinking, well, in the last video, Sam, come back a bit, you said, don't be flat on your back. Well, this is slightly different because I've instigated it. I'm the one who's started this whole thing. So I've shot through, super deep, and I'm pulling my partner. See how I'm hugging? See how I'm hugging this thigh? See, I'm hugging this thigh and I'm pulling everything into me. So you can see how now I'm on the hips and his arms have to go out to stop him from, falling off, from collapsing on his head. Okay, so I've got nice and deep. What should I do with my feet? Just going to move around a bit here. So, I'm going to switch my feet on the inside. Hips tight. I'm going to switch my hips on the inside, and I want to take my outside leg and drag this up. So, feet go on the inside. I drag my foot back. Now what should I do with this leg? I extend until his knee falls to the mat. So you can see how his leg now falls. At this point, I triangle my legs across the shin and keep this grip. Now my partner at this point isn't going to want to stay here. So he's going to want to look to push back. He wants to get his weight back. Come up, come up, come up, come up. Push my head down and establish a way of getting past this. Yeah? So, as I kick through, I come under, I pull him, I drag, I release, I triangle. That movement you're going to have to practice, get nice and fluid. As my partner starts to back up, I'm going to come up with him. Move his arm. I'm going to come up with him. So now, see how I'm lifting this leg here, I'm controlling. I'm going to take a grip on the inside of the knee now. As I fall back, I'm going to come back under again. And can you see what's happening now? I'm using my hips under the back of his knee or the outside of his knee. So it's very hard for him now to put the weight down to the mat because I'm controlling the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That rotation means that I'm always going to be going round. I'm almost like under my partner scooping. So let's go from a different angle. Got my half guard set up here. I kick over. Now I go under. Pull him on top of me. Legs on the inside. Drag this leg back. See how I release this? So the knee hits the mat. I lock my triangle under the foot, on the shin, with my partner's knee here, on the mat. If my partner starts to back up, they want to back up so they can get away from this and try to establish. I sit up with them. My right hand is going to grab on the inside of the trouser or the pant grip here. Now, I've got the right grips. I shoot my hips under and fall back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can come out. One more time, full motion. Let's do this side. Partner sits back, I come up with them, take the grip here. Now I shoot under and fall back. Don't just fall back, but shoot under your partner. Elevate the leg. See how he can't put that knee to the mat? See how I'm using this leg? Shrimp, shrimp, shrimp. I can capture it. I can come on top. So that one, a really nice sort of underneath sweep. You can also catch this from several other areas, especially if your partner's trying a knee slice. But this is a great option for you to get under, move, move, move. And there's some other alternative options we have if they react in a certain different way. So make sure you check out our channel and you'll be able to see them later on.